I think we all need to have a little bit of a sit down here and discuss what in the world is actually happening here. The holidays have come and gone. 34% of you still have not smashed the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button. And for those of you that have smashed it, I greatly appreciate you. We need to have a talk about certain things that are happening in the market right now. No, this isn't another I told you so, you should have picked that up video, but god damn it, you should have probably picked this up a long time ago. So what's going on here? The first thing that we probably need to talk about here is the Chaos Emperor Armageddon pendulum. Now, for those of you that have not been paying too goddamn shits of attention to what's going on here, or even read the Chaos Emperor Pendulum Monster, this card is actually pretty insane for what it does. And did we mention the most important part? It's a former prize card. Oh my god. Tends to be a lot of the trend with some of these prize cards until they get the reprint. Like Giant Hand was an uptillion amount of dollars. It's the only exception. Blood Memphis never got the reprint. Okay, so what's kind of going on here is Chaos Emperor started off, I believe on release was $35 to $45. I know it's a little bit of a range, but I don't remember. Skyrocketed up to 85, which was fairly recently actually. Started to roll back down. I saw them hit 58 again. And then I turn around today, look at the market. They're 3 listings away from $120. What the fuck? All right, we're doing this again. You have a very highly playable card. You have a card that, man, it's the genericness of this being a dragon monster that Dragon Link and other combination decks are wanting to play. And, I mean, for a card to go this high without any sort of actual tier 1 application is kind of insane to me. So here's the thing. I don't think the card's getting reprinted anytime soon. I don't think that... I mean, you would have advertised if it was getting a reprint in the Maze set, right? In March? Right? Yeah, you would have announced that. And then pretty much all next year, guess what? It's all nostalgia reprints for the 25th. So where does that leave us with this? It's going to keep going up. So I don't know what really formally more to tell you, but the market is... I guess, like, here's my other, like, sub-point to this. The whole early part of December has just been pretty much most people just going, fire yourself, get rid of it, Robbie. And we've made a couple videos on things that I literally said you should keep an eye on. And, I mean, there's always... When you look at, like, the state of the game here, there are always going to be little bits and pieces of things to pick up. All right, that's pretty much a given, especially when you have the next set literally coming out in 3 weeks in Japan here. You have the next set coming out a month in America. There's always going to be plenty of opportunities and things to keep an eye on here, but we're so fed up with the current format that everybody's just wanting to fire sell tier, and I get that, all right? But when something pushes down like this, besides the collector's market, but we'll talk about that here in a second, as, you know, more things push down, other people are looking at other things to really have for consideration. And honestly, Chaos Emperor being what some people would consider a staple in some of these decks, and vice versa here. And whether or not you consider it a staple, I don't care, but that's kind of what people are looking at here. It's also a very good generic card as well for the decks that want to get a little bit more cheesy with, like, the Thunder package and stuff like that, but that's neither here nor there. So there's that. Now, as the market's been pushing down here, I'm not even an economist. It perplexes me that people like, wow, Robbie, you know nothing about the market. And it's like, hell if I don't, man. I've been here long enough to judge most of these trends and tell you this. One other interesting thing that's been going on right now with everything, since everybody's been like fire sale, the economy is dog shit right now. You've heard that from plenty of people. A lot of things, we're kind of starting to look like Now we were starting to seize up. The collector's market is an absolute dumpster fire. PSAs over there in that corner. I don't really go down the PSA rabbit hole. I will eventually send in a couple packages to get rated, or to get graded from PSA. Maybe you'll see me. I sent this $5,000 maybe we'll get a video like that in here. Grading is expensive for higher end cards, and I don't really want to dedicate that disposable income to something like that, but probably should do something eventually for some things that we have. So because that side of the market has been, literal dog water, I once again, I mean, you got people in that sector that are like, I paid $7,000 for this, try and turn around and sell it for $27,000. If you could spend $7,000, turn around at 27 that quickly, you would think that more people would be doing it. But shifty eyes, I digress. That doesn't happen unless you're massively liquid. What is that, like 4 times gain? 3 times gain? Well, technically base investment, so making 3 times your actual investment. So yeah, plus about $20,000, yeah, give or take. So because of the other sector being dog shit, and here's the most important thing, we're shifting into 2023 here, which means that more and more people are kind of looking around right now at the market going, Christmas is over now. I actually love the fact that, like, it's literally the day after Christmas, and the market's like, hey, give me your money. Hey, you want to spend that? Ooh. Oh, you got tax money coming? Ooh, come on. Hey, come on. Give it here. You wanna come invest over here? Come on. And that's the story. Once again, there are people that don't know this, but I mean, this is pretty common knowledge to everybody right now. Then there's the stupidest shit Mysterion buyout, which is what the fusion that's a spellcaster plus a dragon or something like that. And I don't have a reason for this one. There will always be what we will call stupid buyouts, and then there will be other buyouts that you'll just kind of take a look at and you're like, that makes sense. Like when we talked about Book of Lunar Eclipse as an actual out to, the Kashtira board. Getting your zones back after your opponent locks. My favorite part of this game is when you draw for turn and you have no monster zones. Well, I didn't open the lava golem. I didn't open the ability to do anything about that. Maybe Book of Eclipse is really good here. Maybe I should play this. I mean, if your opponent locks all your back, or you don't have an out to it anyway, but if you got lava golems and Book of Eclipses in your deck, and your opponent didn't actually properly pick the zones, free wins. So back to the Mysterion buyout. I don't have a reason as to why Mysterion has disappeared. I will talk about the Dragon Crown more on Market Watch tomorrow, but I guess it's just old cards. People look at these things, they're like, there's not going to be a reprint for these. To be fair, it is a very good super poly target. If you kind of have paid attention as of late too, good generic super poly targets, Garuda, do tend to go up very quick. And I mean, Garuda just got an unlimited reprint. However much of that unlimited product actually touched the secondary market, though, I don't actually know. I feel like majority of that set that touched the secondary market disappeared off into the sunset somewhere. I don't know where it went, how it went, why it went, but a lot of that set disappeared relatively quickly from the secondary. Those unlimited starlights everybody, including me, were shitting our pants on. We're like, oh my god, I think it's a cool idea to have them to a degree, but how many of those stuck around on the market? That's something that you really should look into. Unlimited starlights can exist, but if they're rarer than the first, this is something else I want to add here into the market status here. When you look at like Troll and Toad buy list and things like that, if you've ever done that before, and you look and you wonder, why in the hell is this Unlim worth 300-400% more than the other one? Well, you kind of have a case here of this, where the reprint set has so much less quantity in circulation that in certain situations like this, that unlimited printing might be worth more than the first set. Think about that for a second. So, what's your takeaway from this video? Market is shit, man. All right, it's not going to stop. Can't stop, won't stop. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.